What's up, guys? Today, let's dive into Citlali's full kit details along with the best artifacts and weapon builds. As you already know, our cute granny Citlali is a 5-star Cryo Catalyst user who excels as a shielder and provides insane support for melt teams. Her normal and charged attacks are pretty basic and deal cryo damage. When you hold her charged attack, she activates the Spirit Seeker ability, similar to Ictomosaur's. Now let's move on to her elemental skill. When she uses it, Citlali creates a cryo shield that scales with her elemental mastery. This shield has 250% more cryo damage absorption efficiency, meaning it's 2.5 times stronger against cryo attacks. She also gains 24 Night Soul points when the shield is created. Afterward, she summons Its Papa, a companion that follows the active character. If Citlali has at least 50 Night Soul points, Its Papa deals continuous AoE cryo damage. Think of it like Xiangling's Burst, but dealing cryo damage instead. This makes her one of the best cryo applicators for Melt and Freeze teams. At level 10, her shield strength looks promising, but how does it compare to Zhongli's? Zhongli's shield absorption scales with his HP, providing 23% of his max HP as strength, along with 150% more efficiency and an additional 25% shield strength from his passive. In comparison, Zhongli easily outshines her in terms of shield strength, but Citlali can rival him when fighting cryo enemies. Her shield is definitely stronger than Layla's, putting her somewhere between Zhongli and Layla in terms of shield capability. However, this information is theoretical. It might change during combat. So stay tuned until I test her and share the final results. Let's talk about her elemental burst. Citlali's burst deals massive AoE cryo damage with an insane 967.7% multiplier. After casting her burst, she summons 3 Spirit Vessel skulls that target enemies and explode after a short delay, further aiding cryo application. On top of that, her burst restores 24 Night Soul points, and each skull gives an additional 3 points, bringing her total gain to 33 Night Soul points. Moving on to the passives. Her A1 passive adds more utility to her kit. After using her skill, if a party member triggers a frozen or melt reaction, the affected enemy's Pyro and Hydro Res decreases by 20% for 12 seconds, and Citlali regains 16 Night Soul points. This makes her amazing for Melt and Freeze teams. For example, she can boost Arlecchino's DPS by providing consistent cryo application, or help Nuviet freeze enemies while shielding him, allowing uninterrupted attacks. Her A2 passive turns her into a strong sub-DPS. While her shield is active, Its Papa's damage increases by 90% of her elemental mastery. During her burst, the Ice Storm damage increases by a massive 1200% of her EM. Additionally, whenever a party member triggers a Night Soul burst, Citlali gains 4 Night Soul points. This shows that she can also act as a sub-DPS unit and highlights her potential in dealing damage. Let's talk constellations. Her true potential unlocks at C2, where Citlali gains 125 elemental mastery, and shielded party members get 250 EM. The Pyro and Hydro Res shred also increases to 40% whenever freeze or melt reactions are triggered. This constellation can easily rival Kazuha's C2. Kazuha provides a 40% elemental bonus, 40% Res shred, and 200 EM, while Citlali with the hero set can provide a 40% elemental damage bonus, 40% RES shred, and 250 EM, with longer durations than Kazuha. However, unlike Kazuha, she can only support 2 elements, Pyro and Hydro, whereas Kazuha can support 4. Her C6 offers up to a 60% Pyro and Hydro elemental damage bonus to the active character after using her skill, but you know how expensive it is to reach C6. Her other constellations are not that impactful, so I'll display them on the screen if you want to read them. For artifacts, prioritize a full EM build to maximize her shield and damage potential. Gilded Dreams is the best set for her, but the Heroes set also works well for elemental bonus damage. Tenacity of the Millilith is an option for added shield strength, though its 2-piece bonus is less ideal. Or, you can also use any 2-piece EM sets. For weapons, her signature weapon is the best choice, as it provides a 28% all damage bonus to the active character. Other 5-star options include Nahida's weapon for extra EM and Memory of Dust for more shield strength. For free-to-play players, Sacrificial Fragments is the best option, but other 4-star weapons like Mappa Mare, Wandering Evenstar, or even 3-star weapons like Magic Guide can also work. You can also use TTDS to provide attack buffs. In conclusion, Citlali is a broken meta support for melt teams. Her high elemental mastery helps deal insane melt damage, and if you can get her C2R1, then she's a must-pull. At C2R1, she can easily outperform Kazuha with longer buffs, increased all damage bonuses, high sub-DPS potential, along with a strong shield, but only for melt and freeze teams. Finally, I can say she is a really good support. If you have Arlecchino or plan to get Mavuika, then you can easily use Citlali to maximize their damage output. So that's it for today, guys. Good luck on your pulls, and I'll see you in the next one.